Okay guys, I'm going to be showing you how to replace strum switches. I'm not going to show you how to pull the body off. That's kind of already taken care of, and don't mind what you see here. That's not what you'll see in your guitar. What you only care about is getting the handful of screws off the back of the body and taking 4 Phillips head screws off, and you can leave the wires attached. Don't cut them like I did. This is a full conversion mod, so everything is, from a different guitar. So pretty much, we're only going to focus on the important part of. I just don't want my phone to fall. The important part of getting these switches replaced. Now, sorry, messing with the new one. You can hear the difference. This is the new one I just replaced, and this is the one that we're going to be replacing. I'll even get it up closer. Nice, new, clicky, very responsive feel to it. This is the old one. More dull, doesn't have as much response. It feels like the contacts inside have kind of just worn out. This is the one I had replaced right now. This was way worse. You barely get you get good response, but the click itself almost feels like it's just pushing in too far. So we're just going to toss that. I mean, I might use it in the future if I have to, because it still works. It's still a good switch. It just doesn't have the feel that I look for, and to me that says that it's going to fail eventually. Like, they all will, but this will fail sooner rather than later. This was the one that I was going to replace it with, because it sounds the best, and this is actually brand new, out of a guitar that, came out of the box. But in my efforts to get it off, one of the pins snapped, and I can't. I mean, I could take the whole case, but it's not worth it. This is just trash. But I keep it just in case. So, to what we're really talking about. 2 minutes in. See here, I have an arrow to this one, so I need to make sure I know that this one is good. So that's the good one. We're going to be replacing this one. Don't mind my marks either. If you ever take the guitar apart, Abby. So this is what I do. This is my method. You get the board here, because pretty much you have to unsolder or desolder these two contacts, or these 2 pins, I should say. They're not contacts. These 2 pins. And the easiest way to do it without a solder sucker, because I'm going to guess most of you do not have a solder sucker, is take the board and kind of pinch it and push up. So what I'm doing is I'm pinching the switch itself, and I'm pushing up. So I'm kind of pulling it down, like let's say you're going to be pulling a tooth. And even though this is really dirty, I don't have my sponge here with me. Paper towels work really well though, as long as they're thick enough. You don't want to burn yourself. You want to make sure your soldering iron or pen is very clean, just because it's proper usage, you want to keep your stuff nice. I've had this thing a few years now, and it's still almost like brand new, never replaced the tip. So you get your solder. I prefer thin, really thin, like almost to where you can't even see it, just because it's what I like. Some people prefer thicker, I don't. So you just get a little dab, about that much, a little bit more. You want to just coat this. Sorry that the video's so long, but so then pretty much we're getting to it. Now you just put the solder between both contacts and just keep on pulling out. And it's really as simple as that. You just pull, 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 and it comes right out. Now what you're going to have to do, because you don't have a solder sucker, you want to kind of wipe away that solder, and you'll see it doesn't wipe away from that hole. So this is my method. Proceed with caution, please, because it really does work, but it's just not the best method. Heat it up for a few seconds, and then slam it down. You'll see that the hole is now opened up, and the solder is out of the way, at least to the point where I can open up the hole myself. So we'll wipe down the pen. And I also prefer soldering pens. They're cheaper, they're more effective, and for what we're doing with guitars, it's a lot better. So we have our new switch. Now this is even easier. You just want to put it in the hole. You kind of want to care about lining it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I have, with this one specifically, a cover that will go over it and hold them in place. So this way, you want to put it down on a flat surface, so you can kind of put a little bit of pressure on it. I'm not going to put pressure on it because I really don't have the time, but if you can do it this way, you know, copy me, figure out your own method, but this is, to me, just the quickest way I found. And we're just going to put just the littlest bit of solder on each. Look at that. Now you can kind of see on this one I bent the tabs down and then soldered it, and this one I just left them. It doesn't really matter. And if you look, there's no spacing between the board and that, which is important. You put your thing back on, if it'll fit. It goes this. Oh, I see the plastic's a little bit. This plastic's a little bit chipped. Oh well. Not a problem. It goes on this way though. So I'm done. That's how to replace a switch in 6 minutes. Hopefully I'll find a quicker way to explain it. But for now, you know, that's what you get.